What's up you all? Welcome back to the channel. There's a pretty massive and huge update for the tax season 2024. Watch the full video for the February update. The House passes the child tax credit expansion, which is a massive news out there, which could potentially benefit millions of families. That's what the expert says. How you can save hundreds of dollars this tax season, I'll be talking about that. We'll be also talking about the Arizona families that rebate is taxable, which is a pretty big and pretty new news. How it can impact you if you live in the state of Arizona. Your Arizona family's rebate is taxable. What to know? I'll be covering that. And lastly, I'll be covering the 2024 tax season begins as of January 29th and some of the other important dates that you don't want to miss out. Otherwise, you can get penalties, and you want to watch for this while you file your taxes. If you want to find out do it yourself tax guide channel, you can also click on the link below that can help you with IRS tax forms step by step or tax guide 101. So stay tuned, watch the full video and save hundreds of dollars while you file taxes in 2024. If you really want to stay updated with this tax season, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notification bell so you get notified for every major update that I share on this channel. Let's start with the House passes the child tax credit expansion in this tax season. The new child tax credit or CTC amount will remain at $2,000 per child. More families will get more money back in their tax refund this season. That's due to the changes that partially refundable nature of the CTC, which provides up to $1,600 back in your annual tax refund if you don't owe taxes or you are getting a refund. According to the IRS, children with social security number and who are under the age of 17 by the end of calendar year that are eligible for CTC. Let's think about what that means. The key points are House lawmakers on Wednesday passes the child tax credit expansion that could benefit millions of low-income children, experts say. There are real benefits here for 16 million kids in low-income families. That's what's said by the VP of Federal Tax Policy for the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities. While the House approved the bill, it still needs 60 votes to pass in the Senate, which is likely to be passed. House lawmakers on Wednesday night passed a $78 billion bipartisan tax package, including child tax credit expansion, that could benefit millions of children in low-income families. The bill would expand the excess of child credit or CTC and retroactively boost the refundable priorities portion for 2023, which could affect taxpayer filing this season. While less generous than the pandemic-era child tax credit, the proposed changes still represent real money for millions of families, according to Vice President for the Federal Policy for the Center on Budget and Priorities. New child tax credit, what it means is the CTC amount will remain $2,000 per child. I'll link this article into the description box below if you want to do more research and analysis on your own. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor nor am I a certified professional, so do check this with your tax advisor or do your own due diligence. The House bill CTC expansion would make it easier for more families to qualify for the child tax credit or the CTC. That's because the original CTC requires for parents to have at least $2,500 in annual income, which means that a family with a little or no income may not qualify for the CTC. Under the proposed changes, the taxpayer could use their annual income from The taxpayer could use their income from either the current or prior year in calculating the CTC, which is helpful if their family income drops and they can't qualify for the tax credit. This would go into effect with their 2024 tax year. Now, what that means, if it was you, how much is the new child tax credit? Let's look into it. If the new bill is passed in the Senate, which is likely to be the case, the CTC amount will remain $2,000 per child. But a third tweak to the credit could remain. For more families, they will get more money back in their tax refund. That's due to the changes in partially refundable nature of the CTC, which provides up to $1,600 back in your annual tax refund if you don't owe taxes or you are getting a refund. Under the proposed bill, the maximum refundable amount per child would rise to $1,800 in 2023, $1,900 in 2024, and $2,000 in 2025. What else would change in the child tax credit? Millions of families would benefit from an annual adjustment for inflation in 2024 and 2025. For instance, if inflation is 5% for one of those tax years, the CTC would be adjusted upwards by $100. This is a pretty big update, and you can save hundreds of dollars in child credit if you qualify for these changes. If you like this update, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned because I'm going to share even bigger update for Arizona families, because Arizona families rebate is now taxable. If you received an Arizona child tax rebate last year, you will have to report that amount on your federal income tax return. The IRS has classified the rebate payment as taxable income, meaning some Arizona families might have to pay taxes on the money that they received. According to the state official, the 1099 miscellaneous forms will be available for those who were paid. Once you have 1099, you will want to verify that the information reported on that is correct before filing your 2023 federal income tax return. The IRS begins accepting tax returns on January 29th. This is a major update, and Arizona is not the only state you want to remember. Your Arizona family's rebate is now taxable, and you want to know that thousands of Arizona families will need to report the income from special child tax relief payment that they received last year. This program means if you received the child tax rebate last year, you will have to report that amount on your federal income tax return. The IRS has classified the rebate payments as taxable income, meaning some Arizona families might have to pay taxes on the money that they received. What you need to know is IRS says Arizona child tax credit rebate is taxable. Qualifying taxpayers received the child tax rebate for up to 3 dependents. So what that means is in some cases, the families with multiple dependents received up to $750. This is also impacted the state that distributed most of the rebates by November 15th of last year. The one-time child tax rebate was supposed to provide the relief to Arizonians dealing with the challenging situation with high inflation. According to the state estimate, around 740,000 Arizona taxpayers were eligible to receive this payment, and they can be impacted. The recent IRS announcement about the payment being taxable income has raised concerns, and Arizona lawmakers are facing an estimated $400 million state budget shortfall the current fiscal year. Now, important dates about the tax season that begins January 29. So that happened just before a couple of days. I want to keep you posted about January 29th, 2024 as to when IRS begins accepting and processing the tax returns, and this date marks the official start of the tax season. Remember, January 31st, 2024, employers must mail the W-2 forms. To ensure you have time to file your federal tax return, the IRS requires employers to send out W-2 forms by this date. If you don't really know what is a W-2 form, you can go watch our Tax Guide 101 and you can figure everything out about W-2 form. April 15th, 2024 that you want to mark down on your calendar because federal tax returns are due for most of the taxpayers. All federal tax returns must be submitted by this date according to the IRS. If you need more time, you must request an extension by April 15th. Remember to do that to save the penalty and some of the hassle that you can run into with IRS this tax season. Failing to do so may result in penalties or interest, IRS says. I want to share some of the latest and greatest deadlines that you want to watch out for. These tax deadlines for individual filers, including employees, self-employed workers, independent contractors, and also for retirees. January 16th, the fourth quarter of the estimated payments are due for the year of 2023. If you're self-employed and have another earned income that isn't subject to withholding, you must pay taxes on earnings received during the payment period, September 1st through December 31st of 2023. January 29th, once again, IRS begins accepting and processing tax returns. January 31st is when the employer must mail the W-2 forms. So don't forget, if you are a small business or if you are an employer, you must send out W-2 forms to your employees. And if you're an employee, make sure that you receive the W-2 forms within next few days or a week so you can have ample time for filing the tax returns, whether do it yourself or with your tax advisor. January 31st, 1099 forms are also sent to the taxpayers, so expect that your financial institutions like banks, if you earn interest, your brokerage firms or anything or anywhere you invested your money will send you the 1099 form that includes 1099 INT, 1099 brokerage, and 1099 miscellaneous forms. February 15, 2024, the deadline to claim the exemption from withholding, so don't forget that deadline if you fall within that category. April 1st requires minimum distribution or RMD that are due if you turn 73 in 2023. Write down in the comment section below if you have any questions around RMD. April 15th, make sure 2024, the federal tax return are due for most taxpayers. All federal tax returns must be submitted by this date. If you need more time, you must request an extension by April 15th. Failing to do so may result in penalties or interests. Another thing for April 15th is deadline to make HSA and IRA contributions for the tax year 2023. This is the final day to contribute to your HSA or IRA accounts to save money in taxes for the year 2023. After this date, if you will only be eligible to make contribution to this accounting year for 2024 and not 2023, so mark that down for this tax season. I hope you like this video. If you did, do hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to stay updated with latest and greatest tax-related updates for the filing season 2024. If you haven't taken advantage of our Tax Guide 101, go and check this out into the description below and you can do everything yourself, which is very easy. If you have any questions, do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and write down in the comment section below. We'll be there to help you out. Once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.